it's me, Sammy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever it is you're doing. In today's video, guys, we are going to be doing a Valentine's Day special, a bake with me. So I'm going to be baking some red velvet cupcakes with some cream cheese icing. And while I'm baking these cupcakes, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, answering all the questions that you guys have been asking me over on Instagram, my YouTube posts, and on previous YouTube videos as well. So I'm super excited to dive in and see what you guys have been asking, because you guys can be brutal and you do not hold back sometimes, so it's really fun to do a Q&A. Yeah, if you do like this video, guys, please don't forget to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe, and also you can become a member of my channel now. I've got channel memberships with exclusive perks like members only live streams and things like that happening, so be sure to check that out over on my channel as well. If you go onto my channel and click join, you'll see a little bit more information about that anyway. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive into it. Right, so I've just preheated the oven. I'm just going to start putting my cupcake cases in my little thing. Do you know what? I'm not going to talk too much about the actual baking. I will show you later, obviously, when they're baked and as I'm mixing and things like that, but I won't go into too much detail about the actual baking as I'm doing it, because I want to be answering your questions, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my entire recipe, ingredients, method, everything down in the description, guys, if you wanted to pop onto there, screenshot it once you see the outcome of what they look like. But I will put the ingredients and the method down below for you guys in the description. Yeah, this is my red velvet recipe. I've had a few requests for this one, so that's why I've decided to do it, and it's Valentine's Day. But yeah, I thought I would have that as the theme. So yeah, I'm just gonna start mixing, baking, and getting everything ready and making these cakes and answering your questions as I'm going along. If you want the recipe, it's down below. First question, where is your Hyderabad husband? I swear, if I have another person asking where my Indian husband's gone or where's my Hyderabad husband, Ronald is my ex-husband and he is in his own house. That is where he is, or he's at work, one of the two. We are not together anymore, and we have a very good co-parenting relationship, and that is where he is at. Next question. What are you most looking forward to this year? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you so much. What am I looking forward to this year? I don't know. Making loads of birthday cakes. Watching my kids grow up. I don't know. I just sort of, I do look forward to like special occasions, like birthdays and things like that. I'm really looking forward to celebrating Ron's 40th at the beginning of March. I'm looking forward to celebrating my mum's birthday, the kids' birthdays, my birthday. Yeah, I look forward to special occasions and Christmas. Outside of that, I don't really have any holidays booked. I'm excited to be on YouTube for the entire year. That's going to be exciting because, again, I look forward to like seasonal times, so I'm excited to be on YouTube for Easter and stuff like that this year, so I'm looking forward to that. How do you do everything you do? I'd be exhausted. I am exhausted. I am absolutely drained. I definitely am good at managing my time and managing everything that I need to do in my time, but yeah, it doesn't stop me being tired. Like, I'm not Superwoman, although like, it feels like I am sometimes, taking on the world. Yeah, you're right to say you'd be exhausted, because I am exhausted with everything that I do. What are your favourite Inkey products? I've got quite a few actually. I really love the glycolic scalp scrub that I've been using in my project pan. Like, that is amazing. The caffeine eye cream is, again, incredible. I loved the polyglutamic acid. That was my all-time favourite, but they've actually stopped selling it as an individual product now. You can get their polyglutamic acid products that are incorporated into other products, but just as a serum on its own, they don't do it anymore, I don't think. Same with their snow mushroom moisturizer. That was my favorite. They don't do it anymore. I'm not sure if they do their collagen booster anymore, but if they do their collagen booster, that's another incredible one. So they were my favorite, like OG. But as for current, their caffeine eye cream is amazing. Did you consider returning to your nail tech business? You seemed very talented. Thank you so much. I mean, never say never. It's not that I'm never returning to it. I could potentially in the future. I do love I loved being like a pro MUA and doing nails and lashes, and I loved doing that whole side of doing clients with my business. So never say never. but right now it's not something that I would return to in the next, at least in the next 3 to 4 years, I'd say. Like, I am going to just focus on my YouTube and being there for Ava and the boys. So yeah, the next 3 to 4 years I wouldn't consider taking clients. It's very disruptive in the home as well. My first reception room, like my office now, used to be my studio, so I used to have clients, they would come in the front door, and obviously it's the reception room's right there. It was perfect because it meant that they didn't have to go into the rest of the house unless they needed the bathroom or something like that, but it was a perfect situation to have clients in that first room. But it was still very disruptive to the home, and like, yeah, I probably won't have clients again for quite a while, if at all. I don't know if I'll even consider returning, but thank you so much for saying that I was talented at it. I did really enjoy doing it. It's just maybe not. My 3 favourite sweet treats, I don't even know. One of my favourite chocolates has to be Reese's peanut butter cups. Like, I could demolish them all day and night. I don't talk about it much, but I absolutely love them. And then I love cheesecake, any kind of cheesecake. And then I would say birthday cake. Like, just a standard buttercream, raspberry jam, vanilla sponge, fondant icing birthday cake. When I was pregnant with Ava, I actually had cravings for birthday cakes, to a point where I would actually make myself a full birthday cake and demolish it in a week, because that was my craving when I was pregnant with Ava. So yeah, I'd say those are 3 of my fave sweet treats, but there's so many. I've got such a sweet tooth, so I could list chocolates and goodness knows what for days, to be honest, because yeah, that's a really tough question for me. It's a bit nosy. I know you said Ava's dad isn't around much, but I wondered if his family were at all. Bit nosy, but I absolutely love that. So if you guys were around during Vlogmas and stuff, you would have seen or known that her dad took us to her cardiology appointment on the 3rd of December, and actually haven't heard from him or seen him since. Not for want of trying. I always try and reach out, but he's just, yeah, it's his own choice. And like I said in my New Year video, like, I'm not chasing people anymore. Like, he knows where we are, he knows my number. I've never said that he can't see her. It's in his, ball's in his court now, but after so long, do I really wanna allow him to come back? If he does, I don't know, it's just very complicated. But yeah, no, I haven't seen or heard from him since the 3rd of December. So over 2 months now that he hasn't seen his daughter or spoken to me. So yeah, and no, his family are not involved. He isn't that close to his family. And his family also live in Scotland and Ireland. Obviously I'm in the south of England and he's in the south of England, so it's not like they're just up the road and could visit easily. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'd have to book flights or long car journeys and ferries and goodness knows what to go and actually visit his family, and it's just not something that's ever happened. So no one on his side of the family have actually ever met Ava, apart from some of his older kids, who I do stay in touch with. What other questions have we got? Right, I need some tips for getting jobs done with a 1-year-old in the house. How do you do it? Nap times. Everything gets done during her nap times or when my mum's here on a Saturday. So I have obviously the whole Saturday, which I'm using today to film this video. So I have the whole of Saturday to get stuff done, or I just get it all done during her nap time. She sleeps for 2 hours a day. That's normally enough time for me to either prep dinner or get wash loads done or washing up, or just blitz the bathroom, get the bathroom clean, change the beds. Like, I have to structure what I'm doing every time it's a nap time. I have to have a to-do list. To-do lists are the best way to stay on top of everything, and you know what you've got to get done in a week. Divide it up into the days. If you've got extra time one day, take a couple of the tasks from the next day and put it into that day. Or if you run over and you run out of time, you're going to have to put them onto the next day and start with those tasks, that kind of thing. But I love working with to-do lists. I have so many on my notes on my phone. I have filming schedules, upload schedules, editing schedules for my YouTube alone. Then I've got cleaning schedules, sorting schedules, tidying schedules, and yeah, I've got so many different schedules on my notes on my phone, and that is how I try and stay in touch, because when she's awake I can't get anything done. Honestly, like, there's just no point even trying or beating myself up for not getting anything done, because she needs all my attention and she gets it. So yeah, tips for getting jobs done with a 1-year-old in the house: utilize the naps to the best of your ability, and don't stress about the rest of the time. Just be there with your 1-year-old. It really doesn't matter. So this question says, do you fear Ava will get some kind of jealousy that the boys have a second kind of life, home parent? I know you'll make the upcoming time when you girls will have hours alone to do amazing mummy and daughter times, but still she might want to try to have also a second home, or if one of the boys will get jealous about the girls' time. I don't think the boys would ever get jealous of me and Ava having our own time, because they have their own time with their dad, and they have their special sort of boy bonding time, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so I don't think the boys would get jealous. Of course, I have the fear that Ava's gonna see Ron being a really good dad to the boys, and her not having that. That's always gonna be a fear, and it's always something that I'm scared of. Yeah, it is a fear. I am worried, and it's only something that I'm gonna learn to sort of navigate as she grows older, having the 2 different sort of parenting for each of the children. Obviously we've got the co-parenting with me and Ron for the boys, and then we've got just me for Ava. So yeah, I am nervous, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am really nervous about it, but fingers crossed, it will all go well and we'll navigate it with ease as she gets older. Next question is, love your videos, and I just want to ask, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually in a really good place at the minute, and that makes me really happy. So yeah, I am very good and happy at the moment. Thank you for asking. Let's dive into these, because I think some of them are juicy, some of them are, yeah, some of them are full on. Right, so I've got loving the content and look forward to the loving the content and looking forward to this Q&A. My questions are, and then we have a big long list of questions. Thank you, Amy, for those. If you could only choose one beauty box subscription, which would you choose? I haven't done an unboxing in a long time. I don't know what they're doing at the minute, each of the brands, but I would say from my past experience, look fantastic. What's your most favourite and go-to dessert to make at home? Again, same as before, birthday cake or cheesecake's got to be one of those. What's the most exciting PR you've been sent? Ooh. Most exciting PR had to be when I was getting all the advent calendars. Nothing was exciting to me like that. Like, oh my gosh, when I was getting the really massive advent calendars and stuff, and just, yeah, that used to blow my mind. So I'd definitely say the advent calendars, that was crazy. Which brand do you enjoy working with the most? I'm not working with that many at the minute. I've got a couple of affiliate companies that I work with that I'm an affiliate for, but I haven't really done many sponsorships. I'm working with Halara at the moment. They're incredible to work with, and the quality of their clothing is just incredible. I do actually have another sponsored video coming up with Halara, which I'm so excited about, because yeah, I just absolutely love their clothes. I loved working with Look Fantastic back in the day. I haven't worked with them for a long time. I am still an affiliate, but I haven't actually worked with them on content for a really long time, but they were incredible to work with. Halara, again, another great brand that I love working with. And I would say Annabelle Minerals, again, another one that I absolutely adore their products, and love them as a brand, as a company, and the team there are amazing as well. Like, such an amazing group of women. So yeah, absolutely love Annabelle Minerals as well. Have you turned down a sponsored opportunity? If so, what was it? Don't want to mention the brand, but like, what was the product and why did you turn it down? I have turned down so many sponsored opportunities. I only want to work and be sponsored by someone that I would really love the products of. I mean, when I first started YouTube, I don't think I was as fussy, but I think I was very new to the whole thing. Right now, like, I get emails almost every day asking to basically put this product in your video, say that you love it, we'll give you X amount of money, and I can't do it. I will not do it. One recently was it's a rival brand for Peloton. I won't mention the actual brand by name, but it's a rival brand for Peloton. So it's like an exercise bike with like the spinning lessons and stuff on the screen, that kind of exercise bike. And they wanted to give me a bike and a stupid amount of money to sponsor it. And I was like, do you know what? Like, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't be able to fit it in my home organically. Like, I would have to move around my entire home and everything just to fit this in, and then pretend to use it? Absolutely not. So yeah, that was my most recent. That was just after Christmas, and I turned that down. So yeah, I was like, yeah, no, it's not for me. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So yeah, that's some of the ones that I've turned down recently. So what's been your most favourite part returning back to YouTube, and what has been your least favourite? Least favourite is my lack of sleep. Just lack of sleep, 100%. But my favourite part about being back on YouTube has to 100% be like creating the content, creating the videos, and then talking to you guys in the comments. That's my favourite, 100%. Then it says, what's your favourite series you're doing on your channel? Oh, this is so hard because I love them all and I do them all with a purpose, do you know what I mean? But I really do love the Project Pan. And I really do love the Meals I Made. I think they're my two favourite series that I'm doing at the moment, but I love all of them. I find it so unfair to say because they're all like my babies, and it's like picking a favourite child. But no, I love all of my series that I'm doing right now. There's none that I'm regretting doing or anything like that. But my favourite has to be the Meals I Made, just because I love cooking, and also the Project Pan because it's just been such a good way to sort of share my love of makeup as well, and actually encourage me to use my products that I actually own. So I've been loving that as well. And says, I love them all, looking forward to the next video. Thank you so much. That was such a long quiz, but I loved it. Let's see what the next question is while I'm adding some red food colouring to this velvet cake mix. Would you like a split custody arrangement with Ava's dad like Ron and the boys have? I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't think that would ever happen now, not because of mine. Like, ideally, yes, that would have been amazing for her to have a relationship with her dad, but I just don't think that that's going to happen anymore. Again, not from my side, from his, but yeah, I just don't think that would ever happen. So let's not dwell on it. And did you feel like after Liam you were done having children, or did you have an instinct you'd have more? I always wanted to have more, Ron didn't. So Liam was definitely going to be my last child with Ronald. So yeah, so I've always wanted more kids. Like, I've grown up in a family of like 4 kids. Like, I've got 3 brothers. I've always wanted a big family. So I would have never been done having kids like I am now, for sure. And I will not have any more children. But after Liam, no, I still wanted more, 100%. Hi Sammy, great to have you back on YouTube. I know you haven't got a lot of time between looking after your children and YouTube, but do you have any hobbies? And also, do you watch any other YouTubers, and who are they? Thank you. I would say that, like, in my downtime, I read. I do love reading like child psychology books. I'm reading one by, I'm gonna completely forget her name now. Is it Kate Silverton? I will edit that out if I'm wrong. But I absolutely love her book, There's No Such Thing as Naughty. I absolutely love reading like child psychology books and stuff like that. So I love doing that as a hobby, reading. Other than that, what I'm doing on YouTube is also my hobby. So my makeup and stuff like that. And then also my baking, my cooking, like, I love doing that. So everything I'm doing on YouTube is basically my hobbies. YouTube is also a hobby, but also work. It's also something I love, so it doesn't feel like work. But also, yeah, I love to read, and reading recipe books and also coming up with new recipes is something I love to do as well, as sort of a hobby, not work. And then also I do love watching YouTube. In particular, my favourite YouTubers at the minute have to be the Welsh twins. So Robert Welsh, who is a makeup artist and does makeup content, and then James Welsh, who does skincare content. But also they have a joint channel called the Welsh Twins, where they are together and just doing hilarious things, and they are right up my street when it comes to terms of like humour, and I just absolutely love them, and I will watch any video that they upload. I also do love watching sort of Molly May, just for her vlogs and things like that. So yeah, so like little things like that as well, just because they're quite homely and cozy, and I feel like although they're sort of not realistic to me, it's like not a realistic lifestyle because it's so expensive and bougie, but it's like it's still quite homely and cozy, so I do like those vlogs. It's lovely to have you back. Do you get annoyed with all the questions about your love life? People seem to think you can't be happy or provide for your family without a man. I don't get annoyed at them. I sort of expect them. When you share your life on YouTube, you've sort of got to expect it. Just so you know, guys, I've just finished making my red cake mix. So I'm gonna pop this into the cake tins now, and get these baking. Right, so I don't get annoyed. I do expect it because I'm putting my life online. Like, you have to sort of then answer the questions that are gonna come from that. Especially about Ava's dad, because I share Ava and I share the boys and I share Ron. It's gonna come up, especially about Ava's dad and stuff, and my love life, because obviously I'm single now, so people are gonna wonder what's she gonna do. So I don't get annoyed with it. I fully expect it, and I'm not angry at people asking about my love life. It's what I would want to know as well if I was watching my videos. And also I wonder that myself in my actual life, like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's an interesting question to ask. Yeah, I get what you're saying in the fact of people seem to think you can't be happy or provide without a man, because people do seem to, some people do say like, how do you alone like manage your finances, things like that. And it is like, well, I'm a boss. Like, I will make my own coin. I've never needed a man. It's just that I wanted a man in certain times of my life. But yeah, no, I've never needed a man, and I'll always make my own money and make my own life. I don't get annoyed, but I get what you're saying. It's the assumption that you need someone, and I really don't right now. Hi Sammy, I love your channel and I think you're doing an amazing job, but I've got 2 questions if that's okay. What are 3 weird or wonderful facts about you we don't know? Mum, what's 3 weird or wonderful facts about me that they don't know? Huh? What's 3 weird or wonderful facts about me that they don't know? It's one of the questions. What's weird or wonderful about me? I used to be in my school orchestra. I used to make Mum come and watch me play the recorder, and I was in every one of my school plays. That's a wonderful fact about me. Innit, Mum? No. Camera completely died, but I suppose it was at the right time because I was able to bake all of the different cupcakes. I've got my last tray of cupcakes in, so I've managed to make 36 in total. So I'm just waiting for these last ones to finish, and then we were halfway through a question, so let's dive back into answering that. So the question was, what are 3 weird or wonderful facts about you that we don't know? So me and my mum have been talking about this, right? So the first one is that I was in orchestra at school, so I played the recorder and drums and everything in my school orchestra, and I've been in every single one of my school's performances, school plays, everything like that. Like, and my mum and dad had to come and watch every single one because I'm such a performer and I love it. So that's one fact. Another one is, if you don't know, I've got a law degree. That's sort of a weird and wonderful fact to put out there sometimes because people don't expect it. But I've got a 2-1 in law, in my law degree. And the last one is, I would say, is that my memory is insanely good. Like, my memory is pretty, I wouldn't say photographic, like, but I have memories that my mum confirms, like from when I was about 2, and really clear, vivid memories. Like, I can remember a lot. And I retain information really well as well, which is why I found my law degree not easy, because it was still hard work, but I found remembering so many cases and everything like that, and so many precedents and stuff like that so easily, because my memory is really, really good. That was one thing that wound Ron up all the time when we were married, was how much I would remember above him. So yeah, no, I have an incredible memory, which I'm blessed with. I have a law degree and I was a performing child. They are the 3 weird and wonderful facts about me that you might not know, you might know, you might not know. Also, what is the #1 thing on your bucket list if you haven't already achieved it? I've always wanted to do a cruise around the Caribbean. Maybe one day, but not anytime soon am I going to achieve that. Loving your videos as always. What are your hopes for your channel? Could you see yourself going back to a 9 till 5? Hope you and the kids are having a good start to the new year. Thank you so much, we are. I hope you are having an amazing start to your new year as well. I'd absolutely love to stay doing YouTube full time as like a full-time job. So that's my hope for my channel, is that I can build it up to a point where I am earning a full-time income. Like, it doesn't even have to be a crazily large income, just as long as I can get a full-time income from this, support my kids, keep a roof over their head, pay my bills, do you know what I mean? Like, that would be my dream. That's my hope for my channel. Obviously, I would love to get to the 100,000 subscriber point where I can get my little plaque and have all those kind of milestones achieved. Of course I would. Anyone would that has a YouTube channel would want their channel to thrive. So that's the hope for the channel, is that obviously it continues to grow. I can earn a full-time income. That would be the dream. Do I see myself going back to a 9 till 5? Not if I can make this work. But I'm not silly. Like, I have until Ava's around 4. If it hasn't worked by then, I will have to go back to a 9 till 5, because financially I just wouldn't be able to make it work. Yeah, so I have a few years to give this a go. While Ava's not going to be in school, I'm going to give this my all, and fingers crossed I can make it work, guys. But if not, then I don't have a choice. Like, I'm a single mum of 3. I have to support my kids. I have to keep a roof over our head. I have to pay our bills. If I need to go back to a 9 till 5, I will. Like, I'm a hard worker, I'm a grafter, and if needs must, I will do it. Like, whatever it is. Like, I will clean toilets, I will do whatever it is that I need to do to put food on my kids' table. But while I'm able to do this and able to give this a go, I will give it my 100% effort to try to not have to go back to a 9 till 5, because obviously I would love to be a stay-at-home mum looking after the kids full time. Hi lovely, my question is, do you feel more empowered as a single parent, like you could take on anything on your own? Take care. Thanks, Rach. Yes, absolutely. Like, I feel like nothing would faze me now. Honestly, like, I knew I was strong before I had Ava and before I was sort of a single parent doing this on my own. But oh my gosh, since I've raised Ava fully alone from day one, literally from the day I brought her home from the hospital, I have done everything myself. I've not had any physical support, really. I've had barely any financial support, and I've had absolutely no financial support as of now. But I feel like nothing would faze me now. I feel like I could take on absolutely anything. If you've raised a baby from day one by yourself, completely alone, and survived it, and you're thriving on it and doing an amazing job, like, nothing is going to get you down. Nothing that anyone can do to me now is going to weaken me in any way. Like, so yeah, 100%. I feel so empowered as a single parent. I feel like I don't need another parent in the situation even. Like, I've got this. Like, I've got this. Like, and yeah, it's great to have the support from Ron and Ron's side. Obviously, Ron is very supportive. He gives me child support, he supports me financially. I'm talking about Ava's side. But yeah, no, I absolutely feel like I could kick ass, and I feel super strong. Like, emotionally, mentally, physically, I am tired, don't get me wrong, it's exhausting, but I definitely feel like I could take on the world now, and yeah, love it. And Lottie Cook says, what is your favourite food, and can I have a shout out? Of course you can. Hey Lottie Cook, how are you doing, girl? What is your favourite food? Again, it has to be something sweet. We've already had what's your favourite sweet treats. So my favourite food is cake, birthday cake, chocolate cake, any kind of cake. Love cake. So my favourite food is cake, Lottie? Thank you for the question. We've got our cakes out, so I'm just going to put them on a little board now. They're not as red as I wanted them to be. I feel like with red velvet, the red is so touch and go. Like, you just never know if you're going to get red or not. It's such a difficult colouring to get right. And if you're only using, I only use like the Dr. Oetker shop bought food colours. I didn't have any colouring paste or anything like actual food colouring paste that I would normally use. So yeah, I'm a bit wounded that they're not as red as I would normally love them to be, but they do have a gorgeous red tone brown to them. The next question, while we're waiting for our cupcakes to cool, what's your dream job apart from YouTube? My dream job would be to own a bakery, like to have my own little bakery, run it, own it, and just absolutely spend every day making cakes and selling cakes and making cakes for people and special occasions and things like that. Like, I would absolutely love that, but I don't know, in this day and age I just think it's so hard to run an actual physical store. I just feel like online shopping's increasing. I feel like retail as a whole is just going online. I feel like, yeah, like a small town bakery, I just can't see it being realistic in this day and age, unfortunately. But that would be my dream job. And of course there are ways to do it from home and things like that, but it's extremely complicated. It's extremely complicated to get all the right sort of permits, licenses, insurance, all that kind of stuff to get that in place. So alternatively, what I'd love to do is actually bring my baking onto YouTube, ideally, and I would love to show you guys how I make my birthday cakes and things like that so that you can recreate them, because I do cook on a budget. Absolutely love doing cakes on a budget because I don't have all the money in the world. We are on tight purse strings over here, but I do love to bake and I love to make extraordinary cakes. I will put in some photos here of some of the birthday cakes that I've made previously, for families, friends. I absolutely love making cakes. So my dream job would be to own a bakery, but now through YouTube I can bring my baking expertise that I have. I think I have some expertise. I've been doing it for years and years and years. But I can bring my knowledge and everything like that into my YouTube videos, and I think that way I'm sort of doing my dream job without the stress of having to run a physical store or bakery. So yeah, that would be my dream job though, apart from YouTube. I have a few questions for you, hun, and I hope you can answer them. The first is, what was the main reason you and Ron sadly separated and got divorced? Just grew apart. I've been with him since I was 16 until I was 26. Yeah, we grew apart, sadly. It happens. We were living basically two separate lives and arguing all the time, and it was draining. So yeah, but we are in a good place now, so that's fine. Second question is, how did Tyler and Liam handle things emotionally? Obviously they were heartbroken and upset, and even to this day they always ask occasionally like if there's any chance of reconciliation, but there just isn't. But yeah, no, I felt like we dealt with things the best way that we could. Obviously now that we're in a really good co-parenting relationship, I think it is the best for the boys. But yeah, obviously they were really upset. I don't know how else to answer that question. Yeah, they were obviously heartbroken when it happened. Did Ava's dad see her at Christmas? No. And buy her a present? No. He's not bought her a present since she was born, so. But yeah, no, he saw her on her birthday but didn't buy her a present. But yeah, no, he hasn't seen her since the 3rd of December, so. No, he missed Christmas completely, and he missed her first Christmas as well. He ran away basically for 2 weeks, so he hasn't spent a single Christmas with his daughter. How is Ava's health? With you talking about it and said you have appointments coming up. I do. I've got an appointment in February, February the 19th. I've got a respiratory appointment for her, which is where we're going to be discussing the neurology stuff as well. Now that she's had all her sleep studies and she's had her heart monitor in December, the next step is respiratory and neurology. So that is coming up in February, so we will see what happens, and I'll keep you guys updated when there's anything new. But her health is still the same. She's still having episodes multiple times a week, and it's still scary, and it's still emotionally and physically draining when she doesn't sleep and things like that. So yeah, she's still going through it. I feel like on YouTube I don't want to keep repeating myself, but we're still going through it. It hasn't eased up, it hasn't gone away, it's still the same as before, but obviously there's just no changes, so it's hard to keep bringing it up. But I do keep recording them, which is, I know it's strange, but I keep recording her episodes to show the doctors, hoping that they'll be able to recognise something and someone will know what the hell is going on. But yeah, that's that. Will you be going to India again with Ron and Tyler and Liam plus Ava in the near future? Not in the near future, no. I love India, I loved going to India, but I don't know, I would like to take Ava one day so that she can experience sort of like her brother's sort of heritage and culture, and like so she can have an understanding to sort of like understand like where the boys come from and stuff, and where Ron comes from, and I would love her to experience that culture because it's incredible. But I don't know whether that will be with Ron or with Tyler and Liam. I don't know, like, or like all it might not be all together, it might be me and the 3 kids, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'd love to take her in the future, but not in the near future. Like, we don't have monies for holidays right now. Gonna get some icing ready. Did you have fun outside with Nanny Prince? Oh, you are filthy. Did you fall over? No. Oh, she's got wet knees.
Because you've been climbing on the...
You've been climbing on the slide outside. The next question was, there was a video where Ron was holding Ava, love this, and that you guys still get on. Any chance of you two getting back together? No, absolutely not. Like, he's a great guy, he's a great dad. Cute. But it's just, yeah, no, it wouldn't ever work. It's just one of them things. Like, we ended things for a reason, and it just wouldn't work. But I know you guys see bits and pieces, and we do get along really well now, like, granted. There are still times when we horrendously argue as well, so it's not all sunshine and roses all the time, but we do argue a hell of a lot less, because we don't live together and we're not together, so we tend to squash arguments a lot easier these days. Like, if we have an argument, we'll literally call each other back within 5 minutes and be like, right, let's figure this out, sort of thing. So it's a lot more chilled than it used to be. But yeah, no, it's definitely not, like, no, it wouldn't work. Ron will tell you the same, that we are just so much better off apart. Hi Sammy, although time may not allow at the minute, would you like to go on to meet a new man in the future? I don't actually know right now, I'll be honest with you. Like, it's not a priority of mine at all. I'm not, it doesn't bother me if I stay single forever or not. Like, I'm just not one of them people that really cares. I know that sounds horrible, but if the right man came along and it was the right instance and the right timing and the right situation, then yeah, sure, I would love it. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to try and find something and force something. But yeah, that is the last of the questions. I have finished icing my cupcakes. And yeah, these are my little red velvet cream cheese icing cupcakes, guys. And then I've just got these pink sprinkle mix from Asda that I'm just gonna tip onto each of the cupcakes as well, just to make it look Valentine's-y and cute. I'll leave the recipe and the method in the description for you guys, so you can cook them for yourself. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for your questions, because without you guys asking the questions, I wouldn't have any video or any content. So yeah, thank you so much for asking all the questions, guys, and thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, guys, then please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe down below, and if you want to become a channel member, then please do check that out as well. I will leave the link for it down below. And thank you again for the love and support on my channel, guys. It means the absolute world to me, and hopefully I will see you really soon for another video. Take care. Bye.